I agree, you don't want to just cut them and fold them and walk away and eat them.
Yes, that's what we've come to do, we have fun with it. So, if I could have all the girls come down and the leaders come down. Go ahead. I'd like to thank Rita, since Rita came with us. Come down.
Yeah, leave him here.
Ava, come on. You help, come on. You're part of the girls' club, aren't you? I bet she really gave you a hard time, Jen, about not going, did she?
No, she was good. She went to Nemas.
Well, this weekend we got to go to our girls' club Jamboree. Where's that? Okay. Yeah, this is too young to decide. We go every year, and it's just a wonderful time for us to take our girls after 6 weeks of hard work. And Kevin was so wonderful this year. He did a really nice program with the boys with the bow and arrow while we did our girls' club Jamboree. So thank you so much for taking the boys and being available to do that. I was just so pleasantly happy that all my kids came out alive. Because they're real arrows. I thought maybe they would be like, and they said, Mom, be careful because there's a sign that says up there, do not enter because they're shooting. I'm like, oh. Okay, I would not have known that. I think Debbie's gone up there a couple of times.
Very carefully. I look at the window and go, please.
Yeah.
Because we needed the Band-Aids. That shows you how our club runs and how well he runs it.
We were having to do this. But anyway, we had a really good time. All these girls worked on it. Elizabeth, where are you? Hello, you were a part.
Yes.
Come down here. Come on, girl. You're a violin, baby. Elizabeth had her senior prom Friday night. We could not ask her to give up her senior prom to come to Jamboree. Plus, she couldn't be in the dance this year because of her knee and everything. So, but she still was there faithful every week, encouraging like she always does. She's so wonderful.
Yes.
Really, she really is so wonderful. But let's get on with this. The girls, there were two competitions. There was a shoe contest, and I will let Sister Debbie explain that to you. And then, of course, every year we have our Girls Club trophies. This year we really only have one active club. It was YLM. We have 3 girls. We have 2 more girls, Megan and Michaela, who came with us, who don't attend the church regularly, and Gabby. So it's really the only active one where they've been raising money. I know the little girls raised money, but that went to Haiti, which was a wonderful blessing, for Michelle. And we want to, I don't know if they're going to continue to do that, but for the trophies that we do that for, the YLM did receive second runner-up for Girls Club Girl of the Year, Girls Club of the Year. So they did a really good job. They raised over $397, I think, or $70 that went from the Queen of Hearts Social. So that's nothing, with only 3 girls, really active.
Wow.
And I know we did not do our Queen of Hearts this year because the other 2 girls, we were trying to get them to come to church because, we like to present the crown, and that was Michaela and Megan. But this year, Nella, would you like to crown the queen?
Ooh.
For this year? Michaela had raised $50. Megan had raised $57, but Gabby raised over $250.
Wow.
And that was all thankful. A lot to you guys. Were very generous. Our money for missions this year went to Haiti. No, they didn't. They went to Zambia. Okay. I get a little confused about those countries, but they did. It went to Zambia, so that's where that money. So thank you very much, all of you, for helping us to support that. And now I'm going to turn over. Did the girls club from Bluebells, Joy Bells? I know there were no Joy Bells. There were no Joy Bells. There were Bluebells, but there was only one. And I'll turn that over to you to talk about
The shoes?
the shoes, and then do your girl of the year.
Oh, yes. I didn't have any. I normally do Joy Bells, which is 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, and there are no girls that age. So I was just asked to kind of escort Ariana around, who was a Bluebell, even though Rita was there. So we had fun, because actually this year we had 5 girls go. We had 7 adults. And who took care of them?
Oh, wow.
So actually, Rachel was very busy doing some seminars, but Ashley was taking the girls around. So Rita and I, really, it was a wonderful jamboree. I ended up babysitting a year and a half. How old is he? A year and a half-year-old little boy who spoke no English, so that was fun. But anyways, I was asked to nominate a girl in Bluebells, and I picked Ariana. I had her in my group for part of the year, and she's in the Sunday school group, so I do get to see what her behavior is like. And she's just a very faithful attendance girl, and she comes in every week with her scripture memorized, and she's helpful and wonderful and just a blessing to have around. So she was nominated, and she got her certificate. And last week, you do remember when the van came up, there was a lot of snickers from someone, because I was driving the van. Who would that have been? There's a plot out to get me. You know how high was it? Yeah.
What was that, Brother Jim?
Yeah. How much money did you pay? Well, you know how high it was at the beginning of last week. And I found out Wednesday night, which was still kind of a hot, humid day, there was no air conditioning in the van, and there was going to be 6 girls. Which is what the van did. No, I just want to tell you how amazing it was, because the Lord cooled off the weather, we had the windows open, and you know, vans, they only open this much. And it was actually quite comfortable, it was wonderful going up. We still have the gas gauge that goes like this, and you just pray that wherever it lands, that's a gas. And then, of course, on a Jamboree Saturday, it always rains. So when we go out there, there's pine trees all, so I take the wipers and I clean them off, because I have to have a clear vision to drive. I wiped off the driver's side, and half the rubber from the came off. And I'm just saying, Pastor Bob, so cute. And then I find out this morning, what, 2 tires had to be changed before we left? Okay. So I get in, and now the wipers are wiping absolutely nothing off the windshield. And I'm like, 3.5 hours, I will have a migraine by the time we hit Massachusetts. So we get in, and I find out on the highway, it kind of blows enough so it gives you a clear vision, but Rita was my co-pilot, and I said, please read the signs because they're blurry to me. We stopped for dinner. I find out this morning, here's another little hint, when I started the van the first time, I forgot that too. It kind of started but didn't, then we went again. They had to close all their doors because of the fumes and the smell that came out of the van. We got home, unpacked, I parked it close to the church. Everybody's gone, I get in, I'm going to move it, put it right back where we found it, which is funny because I forgot where you parked it because I would have had it by the road. Van wouldn't start. 5 minutes I sat there, letting it rest, it would not start. Pastor Rob comes out later on, turns and starts, moves it. So I know the Lord is with us 24/7. We could have been stuck in New Hampshire. It made noise. Not enough for me, but it made noise. But I came home, Jim's like, what's the matter? I'm dragging my suitcase in 2.5 hours sleep. And I said, I'm just in deep praise because I am home, and I could have still been stuck starving with 5 girls and a couple of women who were very tired up in New Hampshire or who knows where. So I am very grateful for that. I just had to throw that in because we do laugh. But I do know that in that humor and everything, that who was probably laughing even harder. Women.
But he got us home.
He did get us home safely. Now, the shoes. The theme for the Jamboree was stand up for Christ. And I love working with Rachel because we think very much alike, which is scaring Pastor Bob. And we both have this, let's think big. Let's really get their attention. So you can see, we didn't use Rachel's shoes, but we decided we were going to do one. And then we said, well, they travel in pairs, so we'll do 2. And obviously, I think it's kind of self-explanatory, standing up for Christ. We're standing on His Word. The ribbon in the front just kind of pulls it all together because we had to hide the crummy inside, so we did flowers. And that was another thing. There were a lot of little things that went wrong that really could have thrown us, but the Lord just had everything fall into place. Rita, who's very talented, did these. They were supposed to be real flowers. These would not stand. Rita also, there's approximately 10 to 15 pounds of rocks inside, which Rita helped find up there. And people mailed them back to the place. Well, she's very good at landscaping, so I'm sure they just noticed that wherever she took them. It's very rocky up there. We do joke. But just to draw it all together, that His Word is planted in our hearts, so we may stand up for Christ. These girls did all weekend, and I'm really proud of them. And we got first place.
That the girls, including little Ava, she worked on this paper mache. You may go into that Sunday school room and see the evidence on the floor of the little girls slapping it on, but they really, all of them had a hand in it. Olivia had a hand in it, all of them. I mean, one of them, though, kept saying, ew, do I have to touch this?
Yes,
Ew.
Nora.
I think that might have been Nora.
Yeah.
But they did a wonderful job, they really did. And there was some really good competition there. There were 2 sneakers that were huge and that were beautiful. They must have got second place. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they say the church,
yeah.
but they don't tell you which one it was, so
Right.
it's hard to remember. But there were probably 10 or 12.
Yeah, there were. And I was just mentioning, Pastor Bob, whenever I look at these, like heels, I think of Angela, because I know she likes her high heel shoes. So we could make you a pair of boots like this, Angela. But I remember when I first came in one morning, I saw this Bible. Debbie did this, and it's beautiful. And I thought, man, this is large print. I wanted to take it and run down the hallway with it. But they did. They all worked very hard, and they did a beautiful, beautiful job. Now, I will turn over to Nella for her Girl of the Year.
My Girl of the Year was Gabby. She didn't get the emails. It got in a little late, so I don't have her certificate. It will be mailed, but she does such a wonderful job. She's always faithful, and she'll do anything you ask her to do with a smile on her face. She's great to have in group. So, Gabby.
Rachel, she is our little sweethearts counselor, and Ashley is her assistant. You want to talk about yours?
Okay, so I have the little girls. I have Nora, Olivia, Ariana's in our group, and we have Ava. So this year, my Girl of the Year was Nora. She participates really well in everything we do, and she always knows the songs, and I really wish you could be in group with us because we laugh so hard. Even all of them. They all get along really well together, and they work really well together, but this year was for Nora.
Do
you want me to do that now? Or
Yeah, we'll do all the year things.
I also have every year the opportunity to nominate one of our counselors for Girls Club Counselor of the Year. And it's always hard to choose because we have the best counselors. They all love the girls. They are all dependable, and they're just wonderful. And so, but this year I did nominate Angie Larson for Girls Club Counselor of the Year because she is always a faithful leader, and she can be counted on for anything. And she provides a well-balanced program, providing vital instruction in the Word that is relevant to everyday life. And she provides opportunity for worship and freedom to express their worship, as well as opportunity for service to others and fellowship with each other. She is an encourager, always encouraging the girls in the ways of the Lord and to yield themselves to His ways. She is a counselor, always there to counsel the girls with any problems they may have and directing them to trust in the Lord. And her ministry doesn't end in the classroom, but extends herself to keeping track of them and caring about their lives even outside of the church as well. For Angie, it's not just a ministry, but it's a calling, and her heart is with and for the girls she ministers to. And I believe they all know that she truly loves them with the love of the Lord.
Okay, and now Rachel is going to talk to you about the momentous thing Pastor Bob was describing that has never happened before in the history of Crossroads Church of God. In the white room, yeah.
I don't think she said this before. There were like 270 girls there this weekend, which was the biggest jamboree I think we've ever had, which was really neat. They do a human video and praise dance category. We tend to do human videos because it's easier for us to do human videos because a lot of the other churches do praise dances in their church weekly, and they're used to doing it. and they have lots of more rhythm than we do, and we're completely aware of that. I think this was like my 18th, 19th Jamboree, and like she said, we've never